going to take 3 deep breaths to help settle ourselves into the class and kind of let go of the week. Try to breathe through the mouth and blow it, breathe in through your nose and blow it out of your mouth. Good morning, Elena. So we're going to close the eyes, wiggle your shoulders around, wiggle yourself a bit so that you can settle in. Now let's take 3 deep breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Another one. And now a nice, great big one. Take a deep breath. With your eyes closed, just observe your body. Can you feel your heart beating? Hear your breathing? Allow yourself to breathe through your belly. Allow the belly to expand out, and on the exhale, gently drawing the belly in and upward, focusing on that breath. Just 2 more breaths like that. Expanding out wide, exhaling, pulling the belly in and upward. And when you're ready, we're going to start the circles. Mula Bandha circles. As you're moving around one way several times, change direction and go the other way around several times. Start to unwind from your week. Unwind from your to-do list for the weekend. Let them go for just a little bit. Just for an hour. Change direction of your circles whenever it feels comfortable to you. And notice how your hips are feeling. Notice the lower back. How's your neck and shoulders feeling? Please keep in mind for the duration of the class, there's no forcing, there's no judgments, there's only observations of your own breath and body. So lean yourself slightly in front of the hips and let's transfer into the rhythm of the elephant. See if you can breathe deeply to one side. Exhaling out to the other side. Back and forth. Let the lower back soften. And allow each breath to be full. Let each breath be deep. Synchronize your breath with your movement. Focus on it. Now, it doesn't matter if it's the right or the left side. Put your hands on each side of one leg. Take a deep breath in and exhale, gently bow just to where it feels comfortable. As you press that opposite hip down to the floor, shoulders relax. Let your head hang so your neck can be soft. Let it release. Take a deep breath in and let it out with a great big sigh. Shake your head a little yes, a little no. With an inhale, rise back up. Place your hands on both of the legs. Exhale here. Take another deep cleansing breath in. Let the week out with a big sound. When you're ready, turn to the other side. Breathe in and simply bow just to where it feels comfortable. As you let your head hang, let the shoulders relax. Let the neck be soft. Let it release. Take another cleansing breath. Let the neck and shoulders go. Shake your head a little yes, a little no. With an inhale, rise back up. Place your hands on both of the legs. Exhale here. Now draw your shoulders up on an inhale. Exhale, pull them back and down. Let's try it one more time. Inhale, draw the shoulders up. Exhale, take them back and down. Keep your hands on your knees. You're going to just move the midsection of your body. You're keeping your shoulders over your hips. You're making an elliptical pattern with your belly, with the middle. This is Uddiyana Bandha. We're controlling our core. We're stimulating your spinal column. You're warming your nervous system up so it can move freely up and down your spine. Do this just for a few moments, several times one way. Change the direction, go the other way. If you've never done this before, or you've only done it maybe 500 times, that's not enough for it to feel comfortable. It feels odd, it feels cockeyed. The more you do this, the more your body wants it. Again, it stimulates your core, and it's going to tighten your lower back. You're going to feel kind of weird. It may not feel comfortable. That's okay. That will all disappear. Just a couple more times around. Keep your eyes closed if you can. And yes, it feels weird. Now we're going to come back to the center. Turn the palms of your hands upward to the ceiling. Your eyes are closed. You're setting up straight and you're breathing. Deep belly breaths. Do you feel that tingling in the palms of your hands? That's nothing surprising. That's your nervous system. You woke it up. Pay attention to it. Find that same tingling sensation in the soles of your feet. Allow that tingling sensation to move up into your calves. Feel that tingling, sparkling sensation move into your knees. Allow that tingling sensation to flow into your thighs. And imagine you can see it and feel it move into the pelvic basin itself. Real or imagined, it doesn't matter. Choose a color you can associate with this energy. And on your next inhale, draw this color all the way up your spine. Hold the breath for just a moment. And on the release, allow the breath to glide out of your body through your nose if you can. In the next breath, draw this color. Take this energy all the way up. Hold the breath a moment longer. And on the release, allow your shoulders to melt down the back. In the final breath, draw this color. Take this energy all the way up to the crown of the head. Visualize it sparking throughout the entire body. And on the release, let the week melt away with your breath. Placing your hands on the floor in front of you, please lengthen the spine. And on your own exhale, gently bow to where it's comfortable to you. Please let your head hang. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Let your neck be soft. Let it release. Please take this moment to balance your breath. Balance the mind with the body. With an inhale, we're going to rise up. Placing the backs of your hands together, please lift them to the heart. With a deep breath in, open your arms out wide. Please expand. Exhale, let your hands meet over your head. Inhale, reach up tall. And on your exhale, take the hands down to your heart. Namaste. Release your hands, roll your shoulders. Now, we're going to meet each other on our hands and knees. Get there any way you would like to. I have a couple of friends here who might want to stand up and put their hands on the seat of a chair or on a coffee table. We're going to get the hands spread wide apart. Our elbows are straight. Before we go into cat-cow, please roll your toes under, and you can do this if you're standing up. Please take one leg out behind you. It doesn't matter which one. Roll the toes under and press through the heel of that foot. Get that calf muscle stretched out. Get your hamstrings stretched, and look at the floor between your hands, right there between the thumbs. Take another breath there, folks. And then we're going to bring the knee back home and take the opposite leg out. Roll the toes under, look at that spot between your hands, and press strongly through the heel of your foot. Get that calf muscle, the hamstrings. Now we're going to come back to the middle. Elbows are straight, and we're going to relax the toes or keep them rolled under. We're all going to move into cat pose. And then we're going to flow it into cow pose. Just a couple of times, and keep those elbows nice and straight. Flow from head to tailbone. Just a few times. Work those kinks out. And remember, I think everybody here this morning is a professional. So remember, you're not looking up any higher than it feels good. Now, the next time your body is naturally in your cow pose, please hold cow. Let your belly hang. Keep your arms straight. You can let your head hang, or if it feels terrific to your neck, you can look upward. Any way that feels good. Please keep breathing. Pull the shoulders out of your ears. Open those collarbones up. One more breath, kids. And the next time you exhale, please take it into cat pose. And inhale to cow. Exhale to your cat. Inhale to your cow. And last time, exhale to your cat. Hold the cat, pull your tummy in. Shake your head just a little bit. And let your toes touch. Knees can be apart or together. Reach your arms out long to your yoga mat and press those hips as low as they can go. Let your head drop down as low as it wants to go. Maybe it's dangling a million miles away from the floor. Maybe it's touching the floor. Doesn't matter. But spread your fingers, elbows off the floor, and get that nice side body stretch. Then we're going to inhale, lift all the way back up. Let's get cat-cow to the left side. You only have to move your hands a tiny bit to the left, not a whole lot. Elbows are straight. Spread the fingers. Relax your butt muscles as you go into your cat pose, as you move it into cow pose. Please go back and forth and feel that natural synchronicity between your breath and your movement. Let it flow together. Let it find some harmony. Now, the next time you have cat rounding, hold cat, let your head hang, relax your butt muscles, pull that tummy in and up. And then you're going to press your hips low to the heels. Reach your arms out long to the left side. Elbows are off the floor. Drop that head at where it feels good. Maybe it's dangling, maybe it's touching the floor. Right hand moves closer to the left or on top of it. Then you take that side body, right side body to the middle and really stretch into it. Take another breath. Somebody here wants to twist both ways. You're welcome to. Take the time to if you want. And then inhale, lift all the way back up. And you're going to walk your way over to the other side, right side. Hands under your shoulders. Spread your fingers. Let's go for cat pose. And then move it to cow pose. Please move back and forth from cat and flow it to cow. Just a few times. And notice it feels different physically, mentally, maybe emotionally. Then the next time you are in cat, hold the cat. And then again, we're pressing those hips low. Reach your arms out long to the right side. Your elbows are off the floor. Your head drops between the arms. It's either touching the floor or it's dangling. Reach out long. Take another breath. And then take that left hand. Reach it over on top of the right or next to it. And maybe it feels good to twist to the left side. The more you do this, the deeper and the more flexible your spine, your rib cage becomes, your shoulders. And then inhale, let's lift all the way back up. Walk your way back to the middle. Press it back to a quick little child. You can stack your arms, reach them out in front of you, or put them by your side. Play with all the different child's poses. If you can't make it down low, make the shape. Put pillows underneath you, under the hips, under your head, wherever it feels good. You're at home, make yourself comfortable. Now, one more onto the hands and knees. So again, if you're standing, you can still do this. Come up onto the hands and knees, table pose. Please roll the toes under just like we did a moment ago. Elbows are straight. Right leg will go out. Press the toes down onto the floor. Straight leg. Put the toes down on the floor and press strongly through your right heel again. Look at the floor between the thumbs there and pull your tummy in. Try to relax the butt muscles. They want to get involved. Now let's pick that right leg up. Take it to the left side. Put the toes down on the mat. Press strongly through the right heel of your foot and look over your left shoulder at your right heel. And take a couple of breaths there. Now we're going to take that leg up as high as it goes. Wiggle your ankle around. You're going to bend your knee and you're going to point the knee out to the right side and do circles in the hip. One way with your circles and then go the other way. Fire hydrant pose. If you have boy dogs, they make it look much easier. Now bring the knee down. Toes rolled under. Before we do the other side, make great big circles with your hips. These silly circles actually stretch your knees. It's a fun and silly way to stretch your knees. We're playing. We're not exercising. We're playing. This is what children do. This is how they keep themselves flexible. Animals keep themselves flexible. Let's play. Let's come up onto the hands and knees. Toes rolled under. Left leg goes out. Press strongly through your left heel. Elbows are straight. Look at that floor right between your thumbs. Lengthen the crown of your head away from your tailbone. Butt muscles relaxed. Take that left leg up, bring it to the right side, roll the toes under, put them down on the floor. Press through the left heel of your foot and make sure the heel's pointing straight up. Don't let it roll onto your left pinky toe. Point it up, look over your right shoulder, see if you can see that heel behind you. And then take that left leg up, wiggle your ankle, mind-body coordination, bend your knee, point your knee out, left knee out to the side, and get those circles in your hips. And it feels weird. One side works better than the other, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Bring the knee down, move that hip around. Go one way, go the other way. Now, folks, child's pose. If you do not want to do child's pose on your knees, you can come in. If you're standing up, you can sit on your chair and bend over and hang over your knees. Take a moment here. Now we're going to lift all the way up. We're going to stretch our forearms. We're going to work that office out of your arms so you can go and have fun this weekend. Spread your fingers. Turn the fingers towards you. Now remember, if you're using a chair, you can do this, putting your hands on the chair. Rotate the fingers out and towards your knees. The middle finger, you want to kind of stick it right there under the knee as best you can. Now press the heels of your hands down to the floor. This is where you want the heels. You want to keep them there. And then if you can, you're going to press your hips as low as you can go. Maybe you want to stop and slip a pillow behind your hips. You're not going to go very far. I've got a couple of you, I know you're right like this. Some of you are somewhere here. Some of your hips are all the way down. Heels of the hands to the floor. You're going to look at the floor. But for a moment, you may want to look here. We're going to do face yoga. We're going to inhale, go with and out with. So look at the floor now, and we're going to go. One more. And holy cow, huh? Lift your hips up. Shake your hands out. Oh. There's only a few of you who are going, I don't feel anything. Most of us feel that pretty intensely. We're going to interlace our hands to take some of that tenseness out, and we're going to wiggle our wrists around. Now, how they're interlaced, we're going to reverse it. Open them out, reverse how they were interlaced, hold, and then interlace them again, and work your wrists around. Sorry, I lost some words. Now, you're going to press the heels of your hands out, lift your arms up as long as your shoulders are feeling good. You're going to interlace your hands behind your back. You're dropping those hands down, interlace them behind your back, press the knuckles to the floor, draw the shoulder blades together, lift your collarbones. Now relax your button muscles. This is a natural back bend. Do not stay here if it hurts. It's in your upper back. Look at the corner between the ceiling and the wall if it feels good, or straight ahead if it feels better. Take one more breath. And for those of you who feel comfortable enough, just setting your hips down to the floor, dropping your head down to the floor, and then drop your arms down by your side, palms up. Child's pose with your arms by your side, palms up. If you need props to do this, get your big pillow under your head, get your pillow or your blanket under your hips, and try this. This really releases shoulders, necks. Take another breath, and it takes the weight off your wrist too. Then we're going to lift all the way back up, kids, and we're going to go into your toes. We will stand up, folks. We're going to roll the toes under, press back onto the toes. We're going to open the heels of your feet out and really stretch into your pinky toes if you can. Breathe there. For some of you, it's incredibly torturous. Breathe there. It gets better though. This is one that the more you do it, it gets easier. Come forward, relax your toes. And again, some of you are like this. Some of you are all the way down to your heels. Some of you are somewhere in between. Take a moment. Again, some of this, you love this one. Some of you, it hurts more. Just be patient with it. These are natural movements we have done since we were children. We lost doing them somewhere along the way when we started paying bills. So come forward, roll your toes under, press the hips to the heels, taking care of other people over it, taking care of us. Now take the heels out wider. Oh, stretch through all those bones in your feet. Now come forward. Last time, kids, we're going to relax the heels, hips to the heels in hero's pose. Our Japanese style of setting. There's so many different ways to call this pose. Come forward. We're going to come up and bird on a perch. So you know, if you're not playing with us, you come all the way up. If you're practicing, you should always practice this. Get those knees rolling off the floor. If you've hurt your knees, I understand. You'll need us standing up. You can balance yourself on the floor, holding on to one hand on the floor. Maybe both hands come up. Maybe you've already started working on that balance, making it pretty. Pulling your tummy in and finding the balance, finding the strength of this pose. Every single pose in yoga, if you take decades and decades and just study them, they change year after year. Now we're going to put our hands down onto the floor. We're going to come into forward fold. So the heels of the feet come down to the mat. Your knees are bent. You're bending at the hip crease, not your waist. Make the legs wide apart or together, but your feet are straight ahead. Let your head hang. Your hands are resting on the floor. Those knees should be bent so much that it's an easy thing to do. If you need to, you can always put your hands on a prop. But we're all going to stay here for just a couple of breaths. Keep breathing. Let gravity pull your skull down. Try to get that sensation of your skull being suspended by a spring, a bobblehead. Let it go. Again, it may take decades to achieve that sensation. Let's let all the tendons, all your muscles relax downward in your back. So, but take a deep breath in. Let your body melt on your thighs. One more time. Turn the palms of your hands out. We're going to lift up. Knees are bent. Pull your tummy in. Use your arms out wide like wings. Let's lift up. Touch your hands right over your head. Bring your hands all the way down, pressing the air down. We're balancing the body. Inhale. Lift the energy, the air up. Touch your hands, right and left side meeting. Exhale, bringing it down. Feel all of the energy pressing downward. Turn the palms out. Inhale, let's lift up. Exhale, draw that energy down into your heart. Now take any energies that need to leave the body. Press it down. Just press it out like a French press coffee. Inhale, let's lift up. And last time, we're going to bring that energy down into our heart. We're going to take anything that needs to leave and press it out. We need to let go. And last time, we're going to lift up. We're going to take our hands, center them into the heart, and just balance the body for 2 deep breaths here. Now we're going to relax your shoulders, turn your fingers down, and then turn your fingers towards you, shoulders out of the ears. Get the office out. A lot of times when I'm with you live, I come around behind you and you go, oh, my shoulders are relaxed, and I put my hands on your shoulders and they drop down 3 or 4 inches. Relax your butt muscles. Take a moment and look at your feet. Are the heels of your feet opened as wide as your pinky toe. Press back with your inner thighs, belly in and up. Relax the shoulders out of your ears. This is a cockeyed way of standing, huh? Now turn your fingers out towards the front, reach them out, turn the palms up. Let's play Here's the Church, Here's the Steeple. Bring the back of the hands together, shoot your fingertips out. Relax through your shoulders, open the back of your shoulders. Touch the backs of your hands together, try to touch your fingers. Again, it's that mind, body, nervous system thing we're doing. Dropping the hands down, opening the hands out like a book. Spread your fingers. Rotate the elbows inward. Some of you, they naturally touch. Others, they'll never touch. Back of the hands come together. Shoot your fingertips out. Now we're going to take our hands. Palms are out. We're going to reach back behind us. Grab your hands. You're interlacing them. You don't need to turn. I'm just showing. You're pressing back with your inner thighs. Your belly is in and up so you feel the tailbone root down. You're going to take your hands, press the knuckles down, hands back away from your hips. Feel the shoulder blades come together. Do you feel your chest lift? And maybe your gaze goes to that spot between the wall and the ceiling. Maybe your neck is not feeling yummy and you want to look straight ahead. Whatever feels good. Please take another breath, pressing the knuckles down, pulling them back. You should feel muscle energy. Pressing back with your inner thighs. You're going to bend your knees, put your belly onto your thighs. Once you feel that connection, you let your head drop, which will drag your shoulders down. Lift your knuckles up. Maybe your hands only go a half an inch off your hips. That's okay. Maybe you have already given it up with your hands and put your hands on your hips. Maybe some of you have your knuckles pointing to the ceiling. I don't think anybody has their hands over their head and on the floor, though, this morning. Now drop those hands down, shake your head. And yes, there are people who can do that. My daughter's one. Take a breath and just go, ah. And I will never do that. Now, one more breath. Turn the palms of your hands out. Your knees are soft and bent. Pull your tummy in and up. Use your arms out like wings. Let's rise up. Interlace your hands, steeple pose. Pointer finger is up. Exhale, reach out to the right side. Now, don't fold real deep. You don't have to go far. We're coming into it again. You can look up to the ceiling. You can look down to the floor. Please don't push it any further than it feels good. Reach out with that left arm. Press down with that left foot. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale to the left side. Look down at the floor, up to the ceiling. Never fold any further than it feels safe. Breathe there. Keep reaching. Inhale, back up. Exhale one more time to the right. Look where it's comfortable. Keep breathing. Never force any pose, especially this. If it feels good, turn your sternum up to the ceiling. Maybe you don't even know what that feels like. Don't even do it if you're not ready for it. Inhale, back up. Exhale over to the left side. You can open your chest to the ceiling if it feels good, or just stay in that side fold. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, take your hands to the heart. Take 2 deep breaths there, balance the body. So each one of these simple poses keep building and building and building until they become something you never imagined you could do. So we're going to play with some warrior poses. We're going to take our legs out wide. Warrior poses strengthens your legs. It strengthens your core. So you want your toes slightly inward, your heels slightly out. We're going to first feel our hip crease, the rotation of the femur bone in your hip socket by picking the left toes up and turning them out to the left side. Notice how your whole body wants to go that way. We're going to turn it back to the center. Left foot reaching out towards the left side. We're going to just bend at the hip crease. You may not go very far, not at the waist, at the hip crease. And you may not have even thought about ever doing that. Maybe putting your hand at that hip crease and just giving it a slight little press. Look down at your left foot, or maybe you look upward to the ceiling. Then we're going to inhale back up. We're going to turn your toes inward. We're going to turn our right toes out to the right side. Open your hips to the middle. Feel that in your hip crease. Even if you're an advanced yogi, it really is awesome to play with this. Moving yourself in your hips and trying to feel that movement. And then we're just going to tilt out over that right leg. We're going to either look up to the ceiling or we're going to look down at that foot. Just like when we were doing the side folds, don't go any further than it feels safe. Now inhale, let's come all the way back up. Turn the foot inward so both feet are pointing to the middle. Now let's go back to the left side, turning the foot out. Now hopefully it feels a little looser. We're going to look at the left foot, bend your knee and see your toes just fringing past that left knee. Pull the knee back. Pull the tummy in and square your body to the center, not to the left. Roll your shoulders a few times. Settle into this. Just breathe here. Now we're going to straighten that leg. Turn the foot inward. Turn your right toes out to the right side. Open your hips to the middle here. Relaxing through the shoulders. Look down at your right foot. Bend the knee so you see toes fringing past it. Once you achieve that, bring yourself back to the center. Relax your arms. Settle into this. Breathe here. Pull that right knee back. Don't let it flop in. It wants to flop in. Pull it back. You're strengthening your legs, even if you're a professional at Warrior Two. Straighten your leg. Turn the foot inward. Let's turn the left foot one more time to the left side. So we're going to bend the knee. Look at your toes. Make sure they're fringing just past the knee. Pull that knee back. Straight leg. Relax through your shoulders. Now we're going to throw your thumbs back and inhale. Lift your arms up. Rotate just your wrists. Rotate them down to the floor. Look over your left fingertips. Reach back with your right hand for Warrior Two. And then we're going to bring our hands to our hip crease. We're going to straighten that left leg. And all you're going to do is fold over the left leg to where it feels comfortable. You know where I'm going. For those of you who know this pose, you can simply open the arms into your triangle pose. If you're new and just feel more comfortable staying here with your hands at your hip crease, if you go deep into the pose, you're welcome to look down to the floor or look up to the ceiling. You can be here or in it deeply. You're going to lift all the way back up on an inhale. Turn your toes inward. Roll the shoulders. Now you're going to turn your right toes to the right side. You're going to look at your right foot. Bend your right knee. See the toes fringing just past it. Opening the hips and shoulders to the center. We're going to relax through the hips. Drop your hands down. Throw the thumbs back. Pinkies forward. Inhale. Lift the arms so they're level to the floor. Exhale, rotate those wrists downward, spreading the fingers, palms down. You're reaching out with that left hand as much as you're reaching forward with your right. That right knee is not flopping in, it's being drawn back behind you. Settle in, looking over the fingers if you can. And then we're going to settle our hands back to the hip crease. Straighten your right leg. We're going to fold over to the right side, over that right leg. And it may just be a tiny bit and you may stay here. Maybe you go, oh yeah, I can go a little deeper. Maybe you go, oh, this feels good, opening the arms out. You're not pushing on the leg. In fact, just only touch the leg so you find balance. And if you go further, you can put your hands to the floor here. Maybe it's on a chair. Maybe your hands are at your hip crease. Everybody's in a different place, looking to the ceiling or looking at your right foot. One more breath, kids. And then inhale, let's lift all the way back up. Turn the foot inward. Let's heel toe. If you want to, you can step or hop it together. Once the legs are together, work your legs out a bit. So we're gonna come down to the floor, kids. So any way you wanna come down. But if you want to squat with me, We're going to do a little cat-cow on our squat. So we're going to turn the toes outward, heels inward. This is great to do first thing in the morning. It gets our digestion going. You don't have to do it in front of anybody. It's not necessarily an attractive thing to do. You put the heels of your hands on your thighs above your knees. Fingers are resting inward. Find that balance. If you don't feel balanced this way, you can put your hands on a wall or on a coffee table or a chair. We're going to tuck and round. We're cats. Rounding, tucking, you make this kind of circular feeling, pulling the tummy in, and keep breathing. You keep your belly in and up, and just move through your hips a little bit from side to side. If your knees hurt, for goodness sake, stop that. And then come back to the center. Let's do cow pose. And you're going to inhale, stick your butt out, look forward, and only look up as high as it feels good. And you're going to exhale, round it, tuck it, pull that tummy in. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, round and tuck it. Really get that nice rounding. Inhale, look forward. And last time, exhale, round it and tuck it. Now we're going to come down in our squat. So some of you want to just sit down on the floor. Some of you want to put your hands on the mat and come down to it any way you want. Everybody's going to feel differently. Some of you are stuck somewhere here for a few years. Some of you are starting to work deeper into it. Some of you go, holy cow, I garden this way. You know, I bathe my animals this way. This, if you haven't hurt your knees, you know, this should be someplace you want to start working towards if you can't do it yet. We will meet each other sitting on our bottoms, so please make sure you have a pillow or a blanket under your hips if you do need it. Taking your legs out in front of you, please work your ankles around, going one way, go the other way. So the whole point as we get older is to be able to get up off the floor, get up and down easily. That's why we practice it all the time, so that you know what to do when you find yourself on the floor. Pull the abundance out from underneath you. Sit up tall. We're going to do what's called staff pose. Turn the toes up. Spread the toes wide apart. Pressing out through the heel of your foot, pull back on your pinky toe towards your knee. There's lots of concentration about every area in the body. The back of your knees, you're going to press down. It lifts the heels of your feet up. You're pressing through that big toe ball mountain, pulling back on that pinky toe. Feel that fire your whole leg up? Are you breathing? You can have a pillow under your hips and then relax your ankles. We're going to build on that. We're going to turn the toes up, press through the heels of the feet, pull back on the pinky toe. You're pressing inward with your inner thighs, pressing down with the back of your knees. You're pulling your tummy in and up. You're either putting your hands to the heart, looking directly at your big toes, not down your nose, look directly at the toes. Hands either to the floor or hands at the heart. Take another breath and release it. Now, we're going to come into a seated forward fold. So, I highly recommend if you have tight hamstrings, bend your knees. Even if you're flexible, bend them slightly. You can put a blanket or any prop underneath it. Pull body parts out of the way. Allow your legs to be a little wider if you need room for your body parts, because we're bending at the hip crease. You're looking directly down at your foot, not down your nose. Looking directly at your foot, because that changes your neck. Hands on the floor. You're not using your arms to pull yourself at all into this. This is all your back body, not your arms. Let your head go. I see so many people in yoga classes using their arms to pull themselves into forward fold. That's not forward fold. Keep looking at your feet. Keep drawing your chest towards your feet. Feel your tummy and thighs touching each other. Reach out with your chest energetically. We're reaching out towards the chest, looking down at the foot. You may be way up high. You're going to have your hands on the floor. Slightly spread your fingers, slightly pull back with the heels of your hands. Do you feel that draw you forward a little more? Take one more breath there, kids. And then on your own exhale, relax your upper body forward. Some of you touch your nose to your knees. Some people are just waving at their foot from afar, relaxing head and shoulders. It's all good. You can be setting up high, but we're all going for that bending at the hip crease, belly and thighs together. That brings you further towards your foot. It gives you a deeper stretch in your back and in your hamstrings. Hopefully I've talked enough so that you're not thinking too many evil thoughts about me or the back of your legs. This is not an easy pose. It deepens every year you do it. Take another breath, kids. Now, keeping your chin tucked in, using your hands gently to walk your way back up, because hopefully you were in that very deeply. Once you come up, please put your hands back behind you. Chin is still tucked. Bend one knee, put the foot on the floor, then the other knee. And it should be tender. The deeper you go, the tender it becomes. So be gentle with yourself. Rock your knees from side to side. When you go into forward fold deeply through the connective tissues, you are stretching from bone to tissue. It is incredibly deep in your hips. Get the feet out wide apart, knees wide apart. Press one knee down and hold it there just for a moment. The knee that's pointing up, press it slightly inward. And I know a lot of you, this is traveling season, and some of you are traveling a little bit, even though, we're kind of homebound. You're going to notice hips are a little tighter in cars. Come back to this pose. Bring the knee up and press the other knee down. I've learned how to be a passenger because we travel sometimes 12 hours at a time in a car. And I've learned how to do this as a passenger. I haven't learned how to do it driving yet. Now bring the knee up and go one more time to that first side. And then bring it back up and go to the other side. I'm only reminding you because a lot of times when we travel, we're in so much pain. After we get to our destination, we forget what we should do. This is it. Bring the knee up, walk the feet in. Let's go for a twist. Send that left leg out. Put your right leg, cross it over your left leg if you can, relaxing the foot. Your left hand holds the knee or hugs the knee. We're going to pull our body parts all the way over to the right side. Open your chest to the right side. Put your right hand on your collarbone. Your right elbow is going to be your pointer. Point it way back behind you as far as it goes. Then you unfold that right arm. Spread your fingers. Palm points to the right. Take another breath and try to look into your hand unless your neck does not feel good. Turn the palm of your right hand to the floor. Flat hand or teacup fingers, yogi's choice. But we're going to pull our right knee to the left side. We're going to look to the right as far as it feels good, or maybe it's straight ahead. Please listen to your neck. Never twist any further than it feels safe. Breathe deep here. And then gently turn your head to the left side. Look as far as it feels comfortable. And then gently unwind from the pose. We're going to turn your left toes up to the ceiling. Notice how that kind of makes you sit up straight. Pull back on that left pinky toe, spread the toes. Now we're going to do a different twist. We're going to bring the left hand anywhere behind us. Right arm goes to the inside of your right leg. You spread your fingers wide. You keep your arms straight. There's an isometric action that's happening here. We're pressing the arm into the knee is pressing back. You're using that so you can gently ratchet your way around and look as far to the left as it feels safe and comfortable. You can put the palm of your hand down if it feels good. You can come up on teacup fingers. What feels better to you? Please don't look any further than it feels safe to your neck. You could always just look to the left, just to the side, not behind you. Then we're going to come back to the middle. We're going to pick that foot up. Let's rock the baby, either in the forearm or your hand. Maybe you burp the baby. Maybe that foot goes behind your head. A lot of these poses, if you haven't done them since you were a kid, you can't get them back. There's very few that you can't get back. This is one of them, sticking that foot behind your head. Put your foot on your thigh, get your fingers between your toes. And go ahead and prove me wrong. I'd love for you guys to show me pictures of your feet behind your head. So put the palm of your hand to the sole of your foot, squeeze it off. Work your ankles around. So every little child that I get to play with, babies, I always fold their feet over their head and put them behind their head and tell them, always keep doing that, because the day we stop doing that, that's the day we really can't do it anymore. Now rock your feet back and forth. So do yoga with as many small children as you can. Do it with as many old people as you can. Oh my God, this is meant for children, old people, animals. Play. Pull your fingers out. Oh, take the leg out. Work your ankles around. Let's go to the other side. Take that left foot, cross it over the right if you can, if not to the inside. It's all good. Keep your right foot relaxed. Right hand holds your left knee or hugs the left knee. Left hand goes at the collarbone. We're going to use our elbow, point our way. Oh, pull your belly button out of the way. Now use that elbow to point you into it. Unfold the arms, spread the finger, open the chest. Take a deep breath. Exhale, float that palm down. Settle into the twist. I love that technique. Pull the knee across your body. You know who you are if the elbow goes to the other side. Make it yours. That's what I love about yoga. Everybody can make their own shape. Breathe into it. Pull the knee across the body. Now you're going to keep your hands and you're going to slowly turn your head as far to the right. You want that right foot relaxed. You don't want it engaged, stretching all through the neck there. And then you're going to gently release it, come back to the center. Let's twist to the other side, but we need to lock it. Turn the right toes up. Feel how you sit up tall. Bring your right hand behind you, left arm to the inside of your right leg. Spread the left hand wide. Isometric movement. You keep that arm straight, press it into the leg presses back. You're going to look over, take a deep breath in. Exhale, look over that right shoulder. Use that left arm to open the chest. Press the knee into the arm. The knee presses back. And gently turn your head, look over the left shoulder. And let's unwind and release the pose. Pick your foot up in your hand or your elbow. Rock that baby. Then we're going to set the foot to your thigh. You're going to put your fingers between your toes. Get those fingers in there. Get the palm of your hand to the sole of your feet if you can. Work your ankle. Go one way, go the other way. Flex and point it. And then take it out. Ah. And then take your leg out. Work your ankles. Now we're going to put our hips down to the middle of your mat. Get your toys to where you can reach on your yoga strap, a pillow for when we're getting ready for Shavasana, and you're going to lay down. Have your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor. You're going to take your right leg and you're going to bend the knee. You're going to hug your knee. Put your hands behind the knee and you're going to hug your knee into your chest and bring your nose towards your bent knee. Round the back. And then you're going to let your head and shoulders go. We're going to play with dead bug pose, but half dead bug pose is a little different. So if you can, you're going to bring your right arm to the inside of your right knee. Let the right knee point out to the side. The knee is bent. If you can't, just grab, easily come around the front of your shin and grab the outside of your foot. You could hold right behind your knee. If you wanted to, you could take that strap and also hold it so the knee points to the floor outside of the rib cage. The heel of your foot is pointing straight up to the ceiling. So this may be a modification for it, or maybe you're in it. Now, once you achieve that, you want your ankle bent right in alignment to the knee. Take a look at that. And once you do that, try to relax your right shoulder on the floor. Your hips are even. Now, here's the hard part. Take that left leg and stretch it out. Breathe there. Now, some of you are going, this is easy. Some of you are going, holy cow, this is really a deep stretch. So everybody's a little different in this. Breathe here. Just another breath, folks. Now, you're going to go ahead and bend that left knee. Put the foot back on the floor, knee is bent. You're going to put your hands right behind your right knee. Then go ahead and extend that left leg out long again. Turn all of your toes straight up to the ceiling. Please lift your left leg up 2 inches. Bring your nose to your right knee. Reach the left arm over your thigh like you're going to grab that left big toe. Tuck your chin around the back. And then let it all drop down to the floor. Grab your strap, put it around your right leg, and send that right leg straight up to the ceiling. Some of you have that foot over your head and on the floor behind you. Some of you have your leg barely off the ground, but we're going for a straight leg. No bent legs. Let your left arm rest out. Comfortable, palm up. Take another breath there. Now, reach up with your right hand as high as it's going to go on the strap. We're going to do spider pose. Send the left toes pointing to the ceiling. Press through the heel of your foot. Left hand is next to your thigh or on top of it. Lift the leg up 2 inches, belly to spine, nose to right leg. Reach to your left foot and try to pull that right leg over your shoulder. Breathe here. This is toning your core. This is stretching your neck. This is a great pose to do. Stretching your legs. Drop it down. Drop that right leg out to the right side. Let your leg either rest on a prop or out to where it feels comfortable, but we're all going to point our nose to the ceiling. The head stays on the floor. Tuck your chin. Feel that stretch your neck. Take a few breaths there. So we overcurve our necks a lot at work, driving, doing any little task. Relax it. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out, lion's roar. Close your mouth. Look over your left shoulder if it feels good or straight up to the ceiling. We're going to bring our right leg up to the ceiling and out to the right side. Get those nice big circles. Movement in your hips. Go one way several times. Change the direction. Go the other way around. Several times. Then bring it back to center. See how those hamstrings, the calves are feeling. Getting them ready. Maybe you're going for a hike today. Take those straps off your foot, point the toes up, work your ankle around. You can bend your knee and slide the leg out, or slowly or quickly bring the leg to the floor. Once it lands, reach your arms out over your head, point your toes, hollow body. And then you're going to hug your left knee into your chest. Put your hands behind the knee. Turn all of your toes to the ceiling. You're going to lift that leg up 2 inches. Bring your nose to your bent knee. If it feels good, reach your right arm over the thigh like you're going to grab the toes. And then drop it down. Put the strap around your foot and send that leg up to the ceiling. Some of you have that foot right over your head. Some of you have it near the floor. It doesn't matter where it goes, but keep the leg straight. Allow that deep stretch to happen in the calf and the hamstrings. Reach up with that left hand as high as it goes. Let the right arm rest near your right thigh or on top of it. Turn the right toes up. Lift the right leg up 2 inches and bring your nose to your left leg. Reach your right arm over your right thigh as if you were going to grab that right big toe. One more breath. And then drop it down. Drop that right arm out, palm up. Send that left leg out to where it belongs. Look straight up to the ceiling or look over your right shoulder. Oh, I'm sorry. Look straight up to the ceiling. Keep your head on the floor. Tuck your chin. Feel that stretch the back of your neck. Keep breathing. Now relax it. We're going to do lion's roar. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out and go. Close the mouth. Look over your right shoulder if it feels good. Straight up to the ceiling if it feels better. Let's get the left leg up to the ceiling and out to the left side. Get those circles going one way, go the other way. I did not forget that we didn't do half dead bug pose on the other side. I kind of did, but we're getting to it. Pull the leg towards you one more time. Take the strap off your foot. Point the toes. Wiggle your ankle. Go one way, go the other way. Slowly or quickly bring it down. Now let's bend that right knee. Hug that left knee. Hug that left knee into your chest. Bring your nose to your left knee, round the back. Now, right foot is on the mat, and you're going to grab your strap. If you need to, put it around your left foot, or simply put your left arm to the inside of your left leg. Grab the outside of your foot, pointing the heel of your foot to the ceiling and getting the alignment with your knee. You're relaxing the shoulder. Again, you could have the strap or simply be holding behind your knee. Then you extend the right leg out. Breathe there. Now it's going to feel different on each side. One side you may have not felt anything. Remember, the knee is angled outward and you're breathing. Now go ahead and bend your right knee. Put the right foot on the floor. Hug your left knee into your chest, nose to bent knee, round the back, and sit the foot on the floor. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the mat. Lift your hips up, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Drop your hips down. Drop your arms out, palms up. If you want to go into shoelace twist deeply, move your right foot to the middle of your mat. Take your left leg, cross it tightly over your right leg. Drop both knees to the right. You could use a prop underneath your knees so you don't go very far. Some people want to twist very far. Look straight up to the ceiling. Look over your left shoulders, but at the back of your shoulders, relax down. Take a few deep breaths in shoelace twist. Let the back of your shoulders anchor and melt. Let the chest open. You're twisting your spine, but you're also twisting and cleansing your organs. You're stretching your hips. You never force twist, ever. Remember, you could have a bunch of pillows under the knees, and it would just be a real gentle twist. Maybe it's a deep one. Anywhere in between is great too. Now you're going to lift both knees back up. Keep your left leg crossed over your right. You're going to take your right foot and walk your right foot out to the right side. The knees are still crossed. Drop both knees to the left side. The sole of your right foot rolls up. And you're going to take your left ankle and move it to the outside of your right thigh so that the weight of your left leg holds the front of your right thigh. So if you need to take your right foot out wider to the right side, it will deepen the pose. To lessen the pose, the foot comes inward, the knee comes to the center more. Breathe there. And then simply slip that foot off or bring both knees back up. Lift, bring the knees up. Walk the feet underneath you. Lift your hips up. Wiggle your hips. Center the body again. Drop the hips back to the floor. Before we do the other side, bend the knees. Bring the nose to the bent knees. Hands behind them. Round the back. Put your feet on the yoga mat. Let your arms rest out. You can take your left foot, put it to the middle of your yoga mat. Cross your right leg tightly over your left leg. Drop both knees down to the left side and either look straight up to the ceiling or look over your right shoulder. You can get those arms, adjust them so that the shoulders are relaxed on the floor. You can bend your elbows. Some people feel great putting their arms up over their head with their elbows bent. Some people it's out wide. Make it where it feels good to you. Breathe here. Now we have different organs on each side. We're cleansing them, bringing them out. Now with an inhale, we're going to lift both knees back up. Keep your right leg crossed over your left. Adjust your hips. And then if it feels good, move that left foot out to the left side as much as you can. Drop both knees down to the right side. Readjust your right ankle so it's on the outside of your left thigh, close to the knee, but not on your knee. And you're going to go for that stretch from hip to knee there, getting into the quadricep, the psoas. You can always walk that left foot out further to deepen the pose, or you can always walk it back inward to lessen it. So listen to your body. Make it your pose on each side. Now, if you'd like, you can just slip that right foot off or lift up both knees back up. Feet on the floor, lift your hips up, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your hips. Settle the hips on the floor. Bring your knees to your chest, nose to bent knees, round the back. Now we're going to put a pillow underneath your hips just to get ready. And with or without your hands, head on the floor, take both knees around in a great big circle, like you're drawing a circle on the ceiling, going one way with your knees, going the other way, several times. And then you're going to separate the knees, get those circles in the hips like we always do, going one way, then the other way. I hope your hips feel loosey-goosey now. Reach your hands between your legs, grab your feet, rock from side to side. And then when you're ready, if you'd like to, you could be dead bug pose, or you can let your legs go out, relax your shoulders down, heels of the feet to the ceiling, knees to the outside of your body. Press your hip bones down, pull your tummy in, draw the shoulder blades down. Head stays on the floor. You're going to tuck your chin. Are you breathing? Take a deep breath and try to relax. Send your legs out. Let your arms rest out, palms up. Let your feet flop out wide. Go ahead and take up some real estate. Let the arms rest out. Palms of your hands are turned upward to the ceiling. Adjust any clothing that's uncomfortable under you. Eyes are closed. Take a deep breath in. Let it out with a great big sigh. Let's take a deep breath in. Gather any energy that needs to leave the body. Breathe in a little more and then blow it out of your mouth. Let any discomfort, Let any dis-ease leave your body. Let it go. Now take a deep breath in. Let it out with ah. Let's get the delicious sound. Take a deep breath in. Let it out with mmm. Let's try those two sounds again. Breathe in. Ah. Another breath. Notice that vibration that's left over on your lips. Let that vibration reverberate through the entire body. Imagining every cell of the body is able to open up. Let every cell of the body savor that delicious sensation. Find the sound of your own breath, Ujjayi breath. Find that sound between your ears, at the back of your throat. Let that breath deepen. Hear the sound of that breath flowing from head to toe. Hear that breath flowing from fingertip to fingertip. Notice that breath flowing from skin deep down to the bones. As each breath soothes your body, allow each breath to relax. Feel each breath release the whole mind. Bring your awareness to the breath flowing through your nose. Notice the temperature of your breath. Notice the temperature, if it's cool or warm. Is one side breathing in deeper than the other? Let's tap into this reflex. See if you can inhale through the left nostril. Exhale through the right. See this circular breathing of inhaling through the left nostril. Exhaling through the right. Deepen that breath, real or imagined. Inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. Regulating your breath, switching. Inhaling through the right, exhaling through the left. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. And let your breath just be. As you start to bring yourself back, come on back to the room. Wiggle the toes. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your ankles, wiggle your wrists. Take a nice deep breath in with any extra stretch you'd like. Bring yourself back to the body more fully, more completely. Only when you're ready, draw the knees up, roll to the right if it's good, roll to the left if it feels better. Stay on your side for just a moment. Let yourself come back to the room a bit more fully. And when you're ready, come to any old seated position. We're just going to do lion's roar to put the cherry on top. So sit all the way up, roll your shoulders forwards, backwards, whatever feels good. Let the arms just hang. Turn your head to one side. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out and go. Close your mouth, shake your head gently. With an inhale, bring your nose to center. Exhale to the other side. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out and go. Close your mouth and gently shake your head, yes. With an inhale, bring your nose to center. One more time, open your mouth wide, use your eyes to look upward and go. Close the mouth, tuck the chin into the chest, little, no movements. Bring both shoulders up to your ears, lift your head up, relax your shoulders back and down. Please put your hands together and let the thumbs rest against your heart. If you'd like to Om this morning, close your eyes. Invite a deep breath in. Namaste.